Before, let me make an introduction to you, or how about you just cite your responsibilities or title more than anything else here? Just your
My,
title and your name.
my name is Steve Novotny, instructor of technology, San Jose High School. Teach IED, EDD, and the IB design class. Computer exploring computer science and first robotics.
Thank you. My name is Jonathan Garay, and I'm a PLTW, Project Lead the Way volunteer at San Jose State. We'll be interviewing Mr. Novotny today. I will ask 3 questions, and the first one is, in your lifelong service to San Jose High School, what are the contributions that you think are most significant?
My contributions?
Yeah, to the PLTW at San Jose High.
Well, my counterpart, John Denovan, and I, he brought the idea to me 5 years ago, and he asked if I was willing to get involved in this thing. And my mantra in my career has been say yes more than you say no. And with kids that struggle with education, unless you're really successful in any one style, you should look at lots of styles. So we thought, let's give this a try. And we were the first school in the whole Bay Area to actually look at this. It got imported from down south around Los Angeles, and that got imported from back east. So we were the first Northern California school to adopt it, which we're very proud of because we said yes when other people said no or too busy. That I'm proud of because it brought in resources and made my life career, my end of my career, as I'm retiring this year, kind of fun. We did something that I thought was of real value for the kids and structured and not just kind of a fly-by-night kind of good idea, but a real thought-out, supported curriculum that that companies relate to because you need their help as well. So it made lots of connections, made my life kind of fun.
What do you think that you impacted the most? Like, if you can just maybe draw one experience where you were the main
for PLTW. Once we started PLTW, we didn't always have this CTE building. I think that's the biggest thing. And it's not just me, but John, both of us. There was a state grant, a funding matching grant for buildings and programs. And we started PLTW, and we thought at the time, could this program dovetail into something bigger? And as it turned out, it turned into a $6 million building for the school. We pursued it, and it took us 4 years to go through the entire process from when we said, let's try this, to when the building finally got built. And we thought it was dead 5 different times because of budget constraints and different issues. And each time, oh no, it's still alive. And pretty soon now we're in a building for a couple of years. So my legacy is maybe a fingerprint in the corner on this building.
High five to that.
I'm really proud of that because it really took the 2 of us and a couple supportive principals to make that happen. When other schools wanted it, but they didn't have all this stuff. And I'm proud that I kind of was, on a personal level, besides the building, I was the CTE program. I was a department of 1 person here for years. And I'm glad I never gave up because it opened doors in the long run when these options or opportunities happened. The fact that we had a complete program allowed us to qualify for these opportunities. So I'm proud of that.
Thank you. It's something to be proud of. Absolutely. The second one will be I think I've already mentioned a little bit about this. but because of the article that will be featured out there on the engineering website, front page of the engineering website at San Jose State University, um, I would love to give you credit for your contribution in making me feel welcome.
Oh, thank you.
And perhaps just would it be okay if I cite your name?
Oh,
and make
absolutely.
reference?
Sure.
Okay.
And just a little note on that. I know when Randy mentioned, I didn't know you before I met you, but there again, you know, the model of saying yes more than you say no. And I know my counterpart, our IT guy, kind of doesn't like to do a lot of these extra. Plus, he's not teaching, so he can't really commit. And our digital electronics person, you've met her now, but she likes to do her class and then be gone. And I knew that would run in. And Randy asked me, can you possibly do this? Because I'm not getting any help from the other people that your interests are digital electronics and
Sure.
that type of thing. So I just thought we just got to make a place. I mean, who knows what it'll turn into? It might be just regular or whatever.
I was amazed that I was sent to the design group because I was looking into the digital, and when I came, I kind of felt a little disappointed because I thought, well, I'm electrical engineering.
Right.
What am I doing in drafting?
Uh-huh.
But same here. I thought, putting myself out there in positions where I'm not so comfortable had made a difference.
Sometimes you don't know. I mean, the architect for the building wants to do some art pieces, and it really is more with the art people than myself. And I really don't have the time for what he wants. But he keeps coming to me because I keep listening to him. And oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's try this. And he's just looking for some connection. And if you can be that connection for outside sources, another career move would be try to be those connections.
Sure.
Open the doors and you don't know what's going to walk in.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't work, but most times people are just trying to find their place.
At least we can say we gave it a try.
Yeah. Worst that can happen is it doesn't work, and well, at least we gave it a try. Exactly. But she's right next to us, and I know she can't commit, and I can say, yeah, come on in, and we'll.
Our third question will be, thank you for your response on that one. Third question is it okay for us to take pictures where we'll have you and me in it so that we can speak for our association in providing the tools that San Jose High School students, especially engineering students, need to succeed beyond the walls of your high school. And sometimes a picture is worth more than 1,000 words.
Oh, sure. We welcome the pictures. We're quite proud of what we have here, and it should be advertised. We're looking for how do we get who we are out to the connection. Part of our CTE plan, one of the things they do in a portfolio, that one of the 11 criteria is how do you make connections and advertise yourself. So any opportunity like this would be welcome.
Okay. Finally, who do you feel thankful to for having this interaction? Randy or the school?
Oh,
for sending me here to you, and have you felt that I've fulfilled your expectations?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't want this to be taken a weird way, but I didn't expect a lot, which meant you could do whatever you needed to do and how you needed, and if you just needed to learn what's going on, that was okay too. I wasn't looking I didn't have a lot of expectations on, we need all these things done. I was just hoping there's another pair of hands, a non-teenage hands or eyes that can help with the machines and getting projects done. And you certainly fulfilled that greatly.
Can you cite specifically one example where I was
essential in that? Just monitoring the other lab, the prototyping lab and the laser etchers, and helping the kids with getting it set up, making sure they're safe. Because geographically I'm a distance away, and there needs to be a supervision issue, and that was a big plus. It's always been a problem how we are in two places at one time. So another pair of eyes was certainly welcome. On the legal aspects of supervision and students just working by themselves, we're supposed to avoid that.
Okay.
Be around.
So back to the note of your appreciation. Back to on the note about your appreciation to the connections that I was talking about.
Well, Rendy Dory I've known for years. We were together when she was at Mission College with the Strut program. We were part of that. So we've known each other. Then when she went to San Jose State, she became part of the PLTW group. And we've always stayed in touch. And for the first couple of years, we were the poster children for when they had the conferences. We were the school that people would come to see what this program was like. Now that we're a little more mature, we're going into our sixth year. Other schools have caught up, and they are kind of, we're not the only kid on the block anymore.
Okay.
So, and it's nice to share that little limelight with other people. Plus, it is work to represent, an organization or a group. It's nice to share that with other people who are equally qualified and even more so in some ways that have different populations than ours.
Okay.
Everybody wonders what do you do with kids at risk? But really, engineering really targets the ones who are most successful are the ones that aren't at risk, but really run and are going to become those engineers. Ours is to have these kids survive, and some of them might. Most of them, realistically, probably won't have the math and science that it's going to take. But we want their school environment to be better and push them up higher than they thought they could go.
If we can save at least 2 out of 20, I think it's a big improvement.
Yeah, I've always had a problem. I've always thought, okay, that's 10%. Now, if you're in business and only had 10% yield, would that be a success? But in human nature,
exactly, we're talking about quality of humans.
But we're shooting for most of the kids.
Okay.
If not all, but some kids you just can't reach. But probably like 80% you're reaching. They're not all going to be engineers, but you're giving them a quality program and treating them with empathy and respect. And
I agree. That sounds all well, but in realistic notes, we know that sometimes that 2 is better than nothing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, and it's, if I help just one kid, my life is a success. Well, percentage-wise, I hope I'm affecting more than one.
Okay.
I believe we all are.
I'm sure we are. I've seen a couple of students that I thought from our initial conversation that they were not gonna pull through, and the back row.
Oh yeah, the girls that didn't have much experience and not a lot of self-confidence in what they were doing.
But they shown that they care and they persevere.
They're not going to be the engineers, but they've done. Some of them said, "Oh, I've never done this before," and they're just.
Well, this if we can ignite that interest, though they may not know exactly what they want right now.
Yep.
Hopefully, eventually they'll decide maybe that's what I wanted to do all along, and I wasn't aware of it.
Or the concept of learning how to learn, and learning not to give up, and learning that I can learn something new that I've never seen before. That's a big concept. Things are going to change, so if you just got to stay on your feet and be a good learner of whatever comes down the road. And I think engineering is a perfect field for things being changed all the time and always having to learn.
Thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you so much, Jonathan. You've been a joy. You still have some time with us. It'll be interesting what this turns into.
Oh yeah, sure. It will be something very positive. I can assure you that.
Good.
On my side, on behalf of the San Jose PLTW, I'd like to thank you because you've been the main contact person that I've had here at San Jose and at San Jose High, that is. And I, I learned a lot,
Oh, good.
and I internalized the process, and I think that's what will make me stand out in my class.
Good.
But I'm not doing it just for the credit. I'm doing it because we're really making a difference. I feel so, and we hope that next class will be just as motivated as we are.
Good.
And
Good.
hopefully the next instructor can fit in your shoes, because those are big shoes to fit into.
Oh.
In our reality.
The guy who's taking over is just a whiz at this, and I feel very comfortable about his abilities to make it his.
I guess the one last
It's
question.
good to be different.
I guess the one last question, that this is probably off topic a little, but where would you ambition the PLTW at San Jose High to go, maybe within the next 5 years, or
Oh, the next five.
if you were to stay and continue your contribution, where would you like the school to go, or in what direction?
Well, I would like the size of the school and its other objectives kind of hamstring it a little bit on how
maybe
big and how.
targeting the engineering area, which is the way you're like.
Well, I'd like to see kids on the robot team just get turned on what the technology is and how it influences our lives and how to make things, how to take something, how to design something, how to conceptualize and plan it out and then make it, and then try to evaluate it to see if it's worth all the trouble you just did. I don't. It's a process, it's a way of thinking.
Okay.
So
Learn to learn.
yeah. The love of learning. That's what I learned in conferences 25 years ago when I was in what we called Tech Lab 2000.
Okay.
10 years before it was 2000. Now we're 12 years later.
Okay. That sounds amazing to me. We have about 17 minutes.
Oh, really?
So that was very fast, I thought.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome.